Talks about the C8 Stingray and the C8 Z06 are bound to continue for quite a while, even though we're still very much expecting the 2023 models for both cars. Continuing from where we stopped in the previous video, we'll be taking things up a notch, and perhaps spicing things up by giving you 5 reasons to add to the ones earlier discussed. But now, it will be reasons to take the C8 Z06 over the C8 Stingray. Sounds fair, right? Well, as we're sure that everyone already knows, the C8 Z06 is set to be one of Chevrolet's major entries for the 2023 model year. And if we can go by all indications, the car could be a super option for anyone getting it. The Stingray is also pretty good, and if you're yet to see the part 1 of this series on the C8 Stingray and the C8 Z06, do well to check the channel and enjoy what we've got for you there. So what's so special about the C8 Z06? And why should you take it over the base C8 Stingray? Well, stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, well, this is lavish luxury. And if you've not already taken action, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's get you going with some of the best luxury and finance content you can think of. Now, let's head back to what we have for you today. As we've already discussed in the previous video, the C8 Stingray is a very cool option from Chevrolet. And while it could be a good buy based on the reasons discussed, the Z06 takes Chevrolet's car game to another level. The car has been in the news for quite a while now, and even though there's still pretty little that is official from Chevrolet in terms of features and also pricing, production date, and also when to expect its official release, the car is still one of the buzzing topics, not only around the Corvette space, but generally in the automobile industry. The truth is, the idea of an American supercar is one that is quite intriguing, and with Chevrolet already known for delivering a good job with the Corvette, it is much expected that the Z06 won't be bad at all. What's interesting is that the Z06 has been tagged the American Ferrari, and while we're not sure you can really look at it like that, it surely beats the odds and performs very well in several aspects. Some of these features are what makes it a good buy, and without wasting any more time, let's head right into the 5 reasons we've got for you. Number 1. Performance. While the two cars are based on the same mid-engined Y2 platform, the engine specs for both cars are quite different. And it is a big difference. Unlike in the Stingray that is equipped with naturally aspirated 6.2-litre V8 LT2 gasoline engine that produces 490 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque, the C8 Z06 comes with a much more superior naturally aspirated 5.5-litre V8 LT6 gasoline engine that produces 670 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. The engine specs is one of the things that has so far put the Z06 on a level that is pretty close to the likes of Ferrari and Lamborghini. And while some other things might not be up to the quality of what these other top brands offer, the presence of the engine is one that makes the option of going for the car a convincing one. In a kind of milestone point, the engine fitted on the Z06 is also believed to be the most powerful to ever come with a road car. The engine also revs to an 8,600 RPM redline, and to add to that, its 8-speed DCT and shorter final drive ratio makes it capable of exhibiting a faster acceleration time than can be seen on the Stingray. Number 2. Aerodynamics. One of the very things that Chevrolet seem to take pretty seriously with the Z06 is aerodynamics. Unlike in the Stingray, the Z06 comes with a unique front fascia that helps to funnel air to a center heat exchanger, which is then capable of helping to cool the naturally aspirated power plant that is packed within the car's frame. What's more is that the Z06 is also equipped with a center-mounted quad exhaust pipes, unlike the dual exhausts on both sides of the rear diffuser that can be seen in the C8 Stingray. To add to these, the Z06 also comes with a new front splitter and a rear adjustable spoiler that includes an installable fixed wicker bell. There's also a wide vertical tab that is along the spoiler's rear edge, and this is something that is expected to boost downforce by providing an extra 365 pounds at 186 miles per hour or 229 kilometers per hour. All of these simply add to how well the Z06 can provide a much better performance than in the Stingray. If you're also quite particular about how the car looks, this does give the Z06 a wider look and allows for more room on the inside. Number 3. Price. With a mention of the price, you'll probably be wondering how the price of the Z06 makes it to a better buy, especially when it is known to cost more than the Stingray. Well, the truth is, if you're interested in a top-quality supercar that actually is in a range with some of the top-known brands and would also be cheap, then the Z06 is the car you're looking for. Even though it's nothing like the Ferrari or the Lambo, the Z06 is the closest you'll get to a car that is in that range. The rumored starting price of around $90,000 is pretty reasonable and can even be tagged as cheap. And even though, like we said in part 1, some dealers might take the price up to almost $200,000, the price is still reasonable, especially with most of these top brands having their cars sold for well over the $100,000 or $200,000. For the kind of features it has, as well as what it can offer, the Z06 is a bargain for what is a quality supercar. And if you've always wanted a supercar and you probably can't afford anything close to what a Ferrari can go for, then this should be the option you're taking. Number 4. It's a track car. While there might be several reasons you might decide to go for the Stingray, this option is definitely not something it can offer. The Z06 car represents a car that can work for both road and track purposes, and even though there have been some reports looking more closely into whether it can be fit for track, the Z06 is expected to be particularly good with the track, while also being great enough for the road too. Unlike the Z06 though, the Stingray is solely fit for road purposes, and even though it might work, but not too well on track, it's not an option we'll be recommending. So if you're someone who wants a car not only for cruising around and going about your day-to-day activities, and you want something like a race car or something that suits the track, then the Z06 again is what you should be getting. The car's engine, performance, and some of its other options, including the Z07 package, make it possible to do this, and it's just something the Stingray doesn't have. Number 5. Luxury. There are a section of people who would actually say that the Z06 doesn't fall under the supercar category. But well, we're not one of them. The Z06 is actually a supercar, and even though it might be cheaper than most standard supercars, it is clear that Chevrolet is trying to put it in a class of its own and away from the Stingray in terms of features and everything it has. From the exterior to the interior to other pretty nice aesthetic attributes, the Z06 does tremendously well, and a simple glance at the car and you'd surely know that you're looking at a car that depicts luxury. The car also comes with several new options that you can get on the car, including some really great colors. To add to that, there are also carbon fiber options to also take as part of an optional deal. And the truth is, all these things make up exactly what you would be looking for in a luxury car, or something close to it. For its price, it certainly is a bargain. Well, over the 2 videos, we're sure you've learned some interesting new things about both the Stingray and the Z06, and which one you should be getting. We sure hope it helps you in making the right decision in taking a car that perfectly suits you and your needs. If you would choose, which car would you be taking, and why? Kindly respond in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on the notification bell button. See you in the next video.